Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Of course, you know what we are here to do. We are here to join. We are here to join the DOS. We are here to join the DOS. They are going to be kicking off probably in 2 minutes time. In 2 minutes time, they will be kicking off their program, and we're going to be bringing it live to you. We're going to be presenting it live. So, but before we join them, there is something that is bothering me: the killings in Biafra land. The killings in Biafra land is actually getting too much day by day. Who are those killing our people in Biafra land? Is the killing in Biafra land politically contrived? Is the killing in Biafra land all about Monday sit at home? Who are those killing our people in Biafra land? Or is Fulani taking advantage of all this, you know, all this political game, all this Monday sit at home game? Who are those killing our people in Biafra land? We're going to be joining live with the DOS. They are already here, but very soon we're going to be joining. Someone on the comment section is asking, yes, they are online, but we are waiting for him. We are waiting for Mazi Chika Edoziem to arrive, the head of the directorate of state. So once they join, I
We
believe
are
we are
more
kicking off
engineers. We have medical doctors. We
somewhere
have medical practitioners.
7 o'clock Biafra time.
Biafra land is a settled
So
land.
we are still
Now
waiting.
go be.
So while we are still waiting, I want to ask our people this very important question: who are those killing our people in Biafra land? Because our Biafra land is becoming a bloodbath, a bloody land, just like what is happening in the north. It is no longer funny. What is going on in Biafra land? It has happened in Imo State. Now, Anambra State is now becoming the epicenter of the killing in Biafra land. What exactly is going on? What exactly is going on? And I hope, I hope we are going to, investigate and know what exactly is going on. Maybe it is part of the reason why the leaders, well, the leader of this movement in this present time, the head of the Directorate of State, is coming online. But it is very, very important for us to know what is happening in our land. Because we might be thinking that what is happening in our land is all about, it's all about um it's all about political game. Or of course we know that whenever there is election nearing, few months to election, there is always killing everywhere, politically contrived. But now these killings, we want to know exactly which path these killings are coming from. One is the killing of autopilot during the Monday sit at home. The killings by the autopilot during the Monday sit at home. One of them, we know those ones. Of course, there is a video I posted on my page few hours ago before Facebook said it went against their community standard. I had to remove that video. I didn't know how to present it, but I said to myself, I must post this video. I'll be there in a minute. I'm coming out. I said to myself that I must post that video so that I will, for our people to see. I had to remove it. Even though I masked the video, the Facebook still say that it went against their community standard. This was a person who died yesterday. That person died yesterday, Carmen. That person died yesterday during Monday sit at home. Who is killing them? Who is enforcing it at home? Who are those who continue to announce autopilot and they do? So now we need to start, our government and our governors, they need to start asking this question. Who are those? Is it them? If it is not the government killing our people in Biafra land, this government need to start, checking who exactly is doing it. That is exactly what I asked to this evening. We'll continue tomorrow with this broadcast. Maybe by tomorrow we'll get the answer and the report of what is going on. But for now, let us join the DOS. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, to great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House Service coming to you via the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land. Without taking much time, I will hand over the platform to the head of the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Chika, Edoziem. Mazi, please, the platform is yours. Take over, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening from me from here. I hope you're hearing me, right?
The whole world is hearing you crystal clear.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night to you, great and wonderful people of Biafra. My name is Mazi Chika Edoziem. I come from Ihe Oma. Ihe Oma is in all the province of Biafra land. And by the grace and mercy of Chukwokika Biama, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the Directorate of State as the head of Directorate. I bring you tonight, the 3rd of May 2020, greetings from the Supreme Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in the Mazi Kano. I wish to let all of IPOB family members worldwide to know that as always, we are in the thoughts and prayers of our leader, despite and irrespective of the condition he has found himself in. His thoughts and prayers are with us that we may remain as devoted and as committed as we are supposed to be while concentrating on the work before us. We also must not fail. We must have him in our own thoughts and our own prayers on a daily basis, so that every plan and machinations of the enemy will not have power over him. Great Biafrans, this month of May is a very crucial month for our worldwide family. And we must brace up for the battle ahead of us. There shall be neither from us, there shall be neither retreat nor surrender in our quest for freedom. The Biafra is the only agenda that this very great movement, IPOB, that Onyendu has put in place and that he is leading and commanding. The restoration of Biafra is our only objective. It is our only agenda, and it is the only destination that we are heading to. A free, independent, and sovereign Biafran nation. Biafrans, the least every true and genuine IPOB family member could do at this very moment that we have found ourselves in is to follow the path already established and mapped out by our leader, Mazi. That is the least we can do, because we cannot say, nobody can say if you are truly a Biafran, if you are truly part of this noble family, if you are truly an IPOB hardcore, you cannot say that you have not imbibed the knowledge and wisdom that Onyendu Mazi during his daily broadcasts or weekly broadcasts has imparted upon all of us individually and collectively. Therefore, having that in mind, the least that is expected of us is to remain very committed to that part that he already established and mapped out for us to work upon. The essential requirements to work this part that our leader has already ordained for us: being focused, dedicated, devoted, committed, and of course without any form of distraction whatsoever. That essential requirement for us to be able to, remain on that path that he has, set up for us or set up for us. The requirements for each and every one of us to be dedicated to this very noble cause, to be committed to it, are that we must be absolutely disciplined in carrying out our duties in accordance with our guiding fundamental principles. Discipline is key in our ability and our willingness to carry out our functions in accordance with our guiding fundamental principles and policy. Whether you are a principal servant or a family member, the requirement of discipline goes pari passu or hand in hand with our being unqualified loyal, our being unequivocally loyal, our being totally loyal to the leader of this great movement and to the structure he put in place. I am not going to be tired of harping on the need of loyalty, because a movement such as ours, a movement that has one single objective, which we know will not be to some extent to advantage of certain certain people or certain parts of the contraction called the zoo. Our being very disciplined will make it impossible for us to allow a weak angle from which they can come in and try to destabilize or derail our march to freedom as a free people. May 18th, 2022 is the court date for our case in Abuja High Court. Our leader, Mazi Chika, will be appearing in court, and we must, as we are accustomed to doing, we must solidarize with him both physically and spiritually. We must do all that is within our power to ensure that those around us understand, and those far away from us also understand that we are total in sync with our leader and totally supportive of the difficulties he is passing through on our behalf at this very moment. We shall embark on that date, as we have always done, on protests in the diaspora. Please, this is also important. We must not be tired of organizing protests in the diaspora. This is at least one thing we can do without being concerned of any crazy security operatives being trigger happy or things like that. So those of us in diaspora, at least we can be doing until our leader is released to us, is that we must keep that that flag flying. We must keep in the conscience and before all humanity that a prisoner of conscience in the person of Mazi Chika is being tortured in every manner one can think about it by the Nigerian Gestapo secret police. We shall therefore, like I said, embark on diaspora worldwide rallies. In the diaspora, we should embark on worldwide rallies, and we must continue our unceasing supplication to Chukwuabiama to take absolute control on that very date, 18th of May 2022. We must show presence at the Abuja High Court. And like we did wonderfully at the last court hearing, we have exhibited the kind of discipline we exhibit in Abuja, the seat of evil of the zoo, is something very, very novel to those people, because they have been expecting that they will, in a way or somehow, try to provoke us and then, create a situation for them to commit their atrocities on our people. But our people, I must commend all of you that have been to this very moment, that has been present during these court cases and court hearings. You have been doing very well, and do not relent. Until our leader is released, we must be in that court and show that what he is going through is for the benefit of the whole of Biafran nation and Biafran people. Therefore, those going to Abuja and why in Abuja, you must be very, very at alert. And of course, again, be very security conscious of your environment. You must look out for one another. And in Biafra land, we shall lock down the length and breadth of Biafra land with a total sit-at-home. We must lock down Biafra land from the riverine to the hinterland. We Biafrans, we must lock down Biafra land, and this must be loud and clear, expressing our disgust and, of course, our solidarity with our leader in Mazi Chika on the 18th of May 2022, and of course, subsequently, I believe there is going to be 2 court sittings or 2 court hearings on that this very same month, 26th if I get it clear, or 22. But we start with 18 first, and as we go forward, what we have to know is that every day that our leader remains in the custody of the enemy and will come to court, that day is a day of solidarity with him, whether in Biafra land or in the diaspora. And the form of solidarity we must take has been expressly made clear here. For those of us in Biafra land, it's going to be a civil disobedience kind of protest where we will lock down Biafra land and sit in our homes. And while we sit in our homes, we continue to pray. We continue to ask the spirits that guide our land to take charge and take control. May 30th, because I said that this month of May is a crucial one for us, and we must pay attention. For all that we may sacrifice, we are sacrificing for the betterment and for the well-being of the future of our children and our children's children. Therefore, the little inconvenience that we may have during this very, very important struggle in our life, we must count them as nothing to compare to the benefits that will be accruing to us as a free people in a free, independent, and sovereign nation called Biafra. May 30th is the Biafran Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day. Again, this is our usual act, if I'll put it that way. This is what we usually do. It has become a ritual for us that every 30th of May, Biafrans all over the world must remember those who died for this very cause that we are pursuing. And in doing this, what we will do is that Biafra land will be on a total lockdown on the 30th of May 2022. This total lockdown is in recognition of their sacrifice, of the sacrifices of our heroes and heroines. Many of them, our brothers, our sisters, our uncles, our parents and grandparents, and cousins and aunts, whatever, each family in Biafra land had lost at the minimum 1 or 2 members of our family during the genocide of 1967 to 1970. That they were able to stand their ground is the reason why we are, many of us, in fact, is the reason why the indigenous people of Biafra have not been wiped out to this very day. Therefore, the least we can do as well is to ensure that we recognize their sacrifices and appreciate the supreme price that they pay on our behalf. The IPOB family in the diaspora will observe this day in a town hall format with lectures and or symposia, which must, of course, be preceded by the usual prayers in honor and in remembrance of our heroes and heroines. Great Biafrans, the intel at our disposal is that the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, he has concluded arrangements to invite the man in Aso Rock to Ebonyi State, to Biafra land. And let me state here very, very clearly. Let me make this very, 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 very clear to David Umahi. The president, the person parading himself as Buhari, this man is not welcome in Biafra land. It does not matter what your agendas may be. It doesn't make any difference. The point is that the president of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, Jubilee Buhari, or whatever his name may be, is not welcome in our land. While our leader, Mazi Chika, is being starved and tortured by the same zoo president Gestapo police called the notorious DSS. You are not welcome in our land. And we will show you that you are not welcome in our land. David Umahi and the politicians, if you people will take your hand to get the wood infested, the ant-infested wood in your own bedroom, and lizard will come visiting when that is the case. Buhari is not welcome, whatever his name may be, whatever the person is that is pretending to Buhari. You're not welcome in Biafra. Why? You have our leader, the leader of more than 75 million Biafrans. You have him incarcerated, you have him being tortured, and you want to come to our land to do what? To mock us. We must remember that this security agency, or whatever called the DSS, they have become worse than its predecessor, the former Nigerian security organization, the NSO. Very, 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 very notorious for acts of human rights abuse and violation. These infamous security organization or outfit, which incidentally, as we all are aware, was also an instrument of oppression used by the then person that was real General Muhammad Buhari in power. Yes, of course, he did not set up the NSO, but when he came in, he found it very, very, very handy, and he began to use them to hunt politicians from the south. We know his records. We know his records. For example, take our elder, the late the Premier, for example. a vice president, right? Who is not on whose table the box does not stop. It stops on the president's table. And who was the president then? Shagari. And what happened? Buhari, like he is, like he was then, and like they are doing now, Barabo kind of thing. Very, very tribalistic individual then, and as always, he sent Shagari to what? To a house arrest, and took his deputy, who is not the power, who is not the president, and put him in cricket. That is Buhari, the then General Buhari for you. And the same agenda is what these people are now using this infamous DSS to continue to hunt and hound politicians that do not agree with them. And of course, those who have different views as they may have. We understand that Dave Umahi is inviting Buhari on May the 5th and the 6th to Ebonyi State. I think if it has not already been done, we will be posting the venues where this man supposedly will be going to do what? I don't know what actually they want. It's only in the zoo that when you are employed to do a job for the people, and when you have done maybe 0.5% of one single job, you will call a party and make it a big thing that the president must come and do what and commission such project. It is only in the zoo that such things happen. But nevertheless, we are aware that 5th and 6th of May have been penciled down for the coming of this man in Biafra land. If David Umahi likes, if he likes, he can keep the impostor and pretender for 1 week in Ebonyi State, and we shall lock down Biafra land for the same number of days. As long as this man is in our land, there shall be total lockdown in Biafra land. To drive home our message that the zoo cannot illegally detain the leader of the Biafran people in their dungeon and then hope to be given a red carpet welcome by Biafrans whose own leader, this man parading himself as Buhari, is starving daily and torturing physically and mentally. We will not welcome any Nigerian zoo president in our land, and we will show physically and very actively our displeasure on any day that this man called David Umahi will pencil down as a day that we will give them our treatment. We know what to do, and of course we will carry it out to the letter. Great Biafrans, Obibo 2020 is an unforgettable year in the minds of Biafrans worldwide. When we remember Obibo, water run away my eyes. This is some of the songs that we used to sing when we, do our student union struggle back then during the time of our studies. When we remember the atrocities that was committed by Wike in Obibo, water run away our eyes and run down my eyes. When I remember that Wike subjected our women, the pride of Biafra, They are our women. He subjected them to be, how my goodness, I don't know the proper word to use, but all of us understand what that a woman has needs, and these needs are needs that pertain to cleanliness. This man called Wike left our women for months, or for weeks, or even months, to be with one cloth, one underwear, no water, nothing, no food. He humiliated us to the extent that even those who were our enemies were wondering what is going on. That was Obibo 2020 for us. It is an event and a year that will never be forgotten. It is the year that Nyesom Wike used the Nigerian army and police to destroy the lives and properties of Biafrans living in Obibo. It is the year that Wike initiated a wholesale massacre and kidnap of our people in Obibo and send them to their early graves in the northern part of the zoo. While this atrocity was ongoing, while this injustice was ongoing, while our people were suffering in Obibo, those that like to be addressed as our elders of the land, they became blind, deaf, and dumb at the same time. These elders, so-called, they did not see the daily spilling of the blood of their children on the streets of Obibo. These elders, they did not hear the wailing and cries of their children undergoing physical and psychological torture at the hands of the Nigerian Fulanized security apparatus. And these elders, they refused to raise their voice against the killings and wholesale evacuation of their children to death camps in northern Nigeria at the behest, at the instigation of Governor of River State called Nyesom Wike. Our elders, they saw nothing, they had nothing, and they could not speak. Now, after has passed, but not forgotten, not forgiven, to add salt to our injury, to add salt to the injury of Biafrans, to the money that we have still not been able to come over, of our youths being massacred on the streets of Obibo. Igwe Achebe, the Igwe of Onitsha. In fact, he urinated on the spilled blood of these brave Obibo Biafrans by inviting Wike to the heartland of Biafra to come and mock those he murdered. Igwe Achebe, we did not hear you speak when your children were being killed, they were being massacred. Even one of them went. Even some of them went to Wike in Iguacha to see if, like, they are hungry, always hungry, looking for where they can get the crumbs. They went there and they were singing, Wike Kaibesu. These are your elders. And when we are angry with them, they say that we are intransigent. When we do not want to even listen, hear anything from them, they say that we are stubborn. But what have you? Oh, Burundi, you are the people, like when they say in our language, they say that elder does not stay in the house and a tethered goat will give birth. A goat will give birth while tethered. I mean, on the rope, tethered on the rope. These are the elders that you have. And we wonder sometimes truly if there is still any true and honest elder in Biafra land. Igwe Achebe invited Wike to come and do what? And to mock the blood that he spilled, to mock those that he murdered. This is unacceptable to us, and the IPOB leadership is hereby suspending all contact with the Igwe Achebe-led Council of Traditional Rulers, Bishops, and Archbishops of Southeast. Forthwith, we are cancelling and suspending further communication with this council. Because if your leader, who is Igwe Achebe, is inviting a murderer of his children with a red carpet, I don't see any reason why we will even have any. I don't see any point of any meeting point between the IPOB and this very, very council. Some of these so-called elders are so morally bankrupt that one begins to wonder, yes, like I said before, if there are still real elders left in our land. In spite of the horrendous atrocities committed by Nyesom Wike in Obi-Igbo against Biafrans, against Biafrans of Igbo extraction, against your children, Igwe Achebe, and other elders, you, the Igbo of Onitsha, still rolled out the red carpet for this mass murderer. IPOB will not forget, and IPOB will not forgive. There has been some very, it's as if, these people think that IPOB is now very much occupied with other issues, and they are no longer going to pay attention to the criminals parading themselves as cultists in Biafra land. Let me state clearly here that Biafra land is a cultism-free land. A cultism-free land, and we will ensure that it remains so. Those of you hearing me tonight, those of you doing hard men, you're hard man, you think nobody to hear them. You are doing hard man in our town, in our villages, and in our cities, committing all sorts of crimes and extortion against Biafrans in the name of cultism. Today is Tuesday the 3rd of May 2022. And from tonight, you have 14 days to turn a new leaf and be useful to yourself, your immediate family, and of course to our society in general. Those who have been compelled to belong to this very plight a very terrible blight on our values. If you were forced to belong to this, or that you entered consciously and willingly and deliberately, you have 14 days from tonight to renounce courtesan. You have 14 days tonight to turn a new leaf and be useful to yourself and to your family. Parents and guardians, brothers and sisters and friends of these people that call themselves called hard men should do well to advise them to either find a new location outside of Biafra land to carry on with their activities of cultism, or denounce cultism in its entirety. IPOB will not, I repeat, IPOB will not allow Biafra land to become favelas and hotbeds for gangs as you have in South America. Not happen. And tonight we begin the countdown. You have the choice. The options are open for you. Choose one of them. If you want to leave, you renounce courtesan and turn a new leaf. Otherwise, you will be responsible for what happens to you. And nobody should be blamed for what will befall you. Because, like they say, well, I'll leave it for now. I said you have 14 days to turn a new leaf and become useful to yourself. After these 14 days, whoever in the name of courtesan remained obstinate and have not renounced courtesan, they and their sponsors should be ready to dance to the tune of music that will emanate from IPOB. There is a need for me to speak very briefly on IPOB USA family. And that briefly is that our people in the USA must understand one thing. Presently, we have IPOB. Well, let me put it this way: IPOB USA is structured into 4 regions, and each region has a regional representative. If the 4 regions are occupied by principal servant, these 4 people will and remain, if are not that way, they are the highest IPOB representative in USA. Why we do not have the national coordinator, and we do not at the moment have a North American continental rep. These 4 individuals, they become automatically the highest ranking officers in USA, and they are the leaders, the leadership of IPOB USA. Anyone therefore who is calling a leadership meeting outside of these 4 regional coordinators, we have the Pacific region, we have the Eastern region, we have the Coastal region, and we have the Mountain region, I believe. These 4 regions. Apart from the 4 representatives or 4 regional representatives, there is no one that has the power, the authority to convene a USA general meeting of IPOB family members, if not these 4 individuals, or at least the 3 of them, when if it is only 3, if the 4 regions do not have representatives, as the case may be. But they are the only authority that has a mandate to organize and call for a general meeting of IPOB family members. I am saying this so that people will not say that they did not know. I said this to the meeting I had with them last week, and I am happy that it's something. Now I'm making it also. I am doubling on that. I am making it more public for others who did not attend that meeting to be aware. If you are going to a meeting called by anybody, it does not matter. Especially those they call those who have left the assignment that they were given the liaison group, calling a general meeting of IPOB leadership. If you go to those meetings, then we will count you as being part of those who are trying to weaken the structure of this movement, as the zoo themselves are trying to weaken the structure of this movement. And we will not allow that to happen. We will not tolerate that to happen. And to be forewarned is to be forearmed. I believe those who have heard me tonight, they will take the proper correction and do things accordingly. There is also a very disturbing news that I didn't want to even, I never hoped that we would talk about this, but let me say it tonight. Yes, we have banned Fulani cow consumption in our land and cow sales in our land. Yes, we have banned it for very, very cogent reasons, very, very good reasons. We have it is verboten. It is banned. It is banned. No, we don't need it. But this is not an avenue for people to begin to do what? To profiteer, to take advantage, undue advantage of our people, and begin to sell the native cows at a price that does not make sense. I want to tell you tonight, and everybody who's listening, please pay attention and tell those who have, those who have made it their duty to go into this animal husbandry and then rear our native cows. Please, you are not doing this in order to put extra burden, extra want on our people. That's not the reason. The reason is that we will because our Efibo is in our land. You did not import it from anywhere, and whatever they eat there is there in our land. And they had their prices prior to April of this year. They have their usual prices. Yes, I know it's the best cow meat that you can get, but we must ensure that unnecessary price increase of these cows do not take place in Biafra land. We will prefer to allow the forces of demand and supply to take its course. Yes, we will be grateful. We will be very happy to allow that to happen. And we know that yes, when there is shortage of production, then prices may go high. Yes, we know all this, but from the prices we are hearing, it cannot be that people will be so unconscionable to try and sell Efibo at prices that are very, very exorbitant. Let me tell you what is going to happen. Don't say I did not warn you. If we get information that somebody is selling Efibo at a price that does not make sense, we shall visit you honestly, and honestly, we shall pay you a visit. And I don't think you will like that visit. So please, It is all of us are suffering. All of us are making these sacrifices. There is no need for profit here and here. There is no need to sell a FIBO for $500,000 naira when you know the price is half of that, for example. There's no need for that. So let us be our brother's keeper. I am encouraging again. Of course, I appreciate those who have got into this business. I want to commend them. And I am encouraging many more of my people, our entrepreneurs, to go into this. This is, in fact, there is no investment that you can make in whether it is what do they call it, tech investment or banking or whatever, that you can reap more than what you're going to reap if you truly go into rearing of Biafran cows, native cows. Within a space of 6 months, you will have been able to recover, in fact, all that you invested on that very project. So therefore, please, there should not be, it is unnecessary to put the prices of FIBO exorbitantly to make it unreachable for our people. Now, IPOB families worldwide are hereby directed to embark on fundraising at the national level. IPOB families worldwide, with the exception of Ground Zero, that is Biafra land, with the exception of Biafra land, IPOB in the diaspora, from Africa to Asia, from Asia to Australia or Oceanic, from Australia to America, North America and South America, and to Europe. Is there any continent that I missed? All of the families that we have in these continents, all the countries where we have presence, you are mandated from tonight to please put the processes of a national fundraising, IPOB national fundraising in place. All national coordinators activate this process, please, immediately for this very assignment. Now, I want everybody to pay attention here. Request. I'm now addressing the national coordinators, those in the diaspora. Request for authorization for the fundraising from the Directorate of State through your continental rep. Request for authorization. Do not hold any fundraising without getting the proper authorization from the Directorate of State. And when you have received the needed permission, please inform the IPOB Head of Finance, Mrs. Sinanayanya, about this event, about the event that you're going to hold, because it has to do with money. Inform her, but before you inform her, you will have been given the permission, so that now you inform her and then bring her your flyer, the flyer for the event. Please as well make sure that you invite the IPOB Finance Head to your IPOB or ESN fundraising event. Authorization from the Directorate is a condition precedent to holding any fundraising in the name of IPOB or ESN. Authorization from the Directorate is a condition precedent before you can hold such fundraising in the name of IPOB. To avoid, of course, we informing Biafrans that your fundraising is not authorized. And Mrs. Bridget Okafor, you must take note. All that you have been doing outside the structure of IPOB, you must cease forthwith. You must cease forthwith from doing that. Don't think that we just kept quiet doesn't mean we don't know what to do. And we have given a long rope. There is nobody who speaks for RQB apart from the leadership, not our international lawyers or our local lawyers. They have their briefs, and their briefs has to do with what? Legal matters. They concentrate on that. They face that. If we as a family need advice on legal issues, we go to them. But don't come as our lawyer and begin to speak as a leader of IPOB. That will not be tolerated anymore. Those who have done that, you take note, because they say that if it comes to that the king does not behave very well, you can cover yourself and then tell him the truth, the honest truth. I am saying this so that people may not say that IPOB has come again. We have a structure, we have a way we do things, we have procedure, we have processes, and that must be followed. It does not matter who you are. If you're part of this family, you must be under the structure that our leader has put in place. Otherwise, we will give you the treatment of those who are not part of this family. I have a few announcements to make. Well, let me say not a few, but just maybe one announcement to make tonight. And before I make that announcement, I want to commend IPOB UK family, because they are gradually but surely returning to its former enviable position amongst IPOB family worldwide. There are very clear signs that the family is on the path of full recovery, and it is our duty to support and encourage them to attain their full potential. All the regional reps in the UK are enjoined and encouraged to continue to work assiduously for the growth of IPOB UK family. To assist you in this regard, the following persons are hereby appointed to these positions of service. Please, you may pardon me because I am used to calling our men Mazi. You may have titles and all the rest of it. It's not a slight on your title, but I am, I so much love this word Mazi. It means so much, and I like to address people with that. So the first name I have here is Mazi. People also know him as Chief Nice Mokoro. Mazi Nice Mokoro. He has been a coordinator in the UK up to this moment. He has been appointed at this very hour to lead the IPOB UK family as the national coordinator. Mazi also, he is known with the name Dr. Onyeka Ekekwe. Mazi Onyeka Ekekwe is also an IPOB principal servant in the IPOB family in Aberdeen, Scotland. And tonight he has been appointed to deputize Mazi Nice Mokoro as the deputy IPOB UK national coordinator. And we have Mada Chinyere Iruba, also a very hardcore IPOB family member in UK. Mada Chinyere Iruba is appointed IPOB national secretary for the UK family. I am calling all of you, family members in the UK, principal officers from the regional reps down to the unit coordinators, those who have served before and those who have never served before. All of you, if you are a hardcore IPOB family member, if you are loyal and you believe in the structure of our leader, I want to call upon you tonight to give these individuals that have been mentioned tonight the maximum cooperation, the maximum support, and help and work with them to make sure that IPOB UK is back on its feet. It was comatose for a while. Honestly, I have to say this, but for the past weeks or thereabout, the changes, even the last rally that was done in UK in fact, it was like it used to be before, and I think that, of course, there is still much work to be done, but I believe that these individuals that have been given this responsibility now, your loyalty is not to any individual. Your loyalty is to our leader, Mazi Chika, and your loyalty is to the structure that he has put in place. Therefore, when you do your job, do it truthfully, honestly, and do it in the benefit or for the benefit of Biafrans in UK specifically, and Biafrans worldwide, Biafran general. We must continue to commit Onyendu with sincerity of heart into the hands of our ancestors. We must continue to, those of us who are very, very, who are firebrand when it comes to seeking the face of heaven, whether in the form of Judeo-Christian believer or the Omena or the Nana people. We must all do what we have to do in order to preserve and protect and commend and commit our leader into the hands of Chukwu Kikabiam, named Chukwu, the creator of heaven and earth, the things seen and unseen, he who have brought him out on this very journey. We at all times, each day, that he must not forget his promise, and that he must not, forget his servant, the vessel which he has, activated to see to the redemption of his children, the Biafran people. We must continue to keep him in the bosom of Chukwu, that Chukwu may grant him victory, grant Onyendu victory against all the machinations of our enemies, both physical and spiritual. That Chukwu may grant him victory over all our traducers and all workers of evil, and anyone or spirit that is standing in our way to freedom. We must call upon the spirits of our land to go into battle. It's this one. This is not. It's not only we pray. We will ask them to go into battle on our behalf. We will ask the spirits of our heroes and heroines to go into battle on our behalf. And I can assure you that we thank Chukwu because he has been doing great and marvelous for us, his children. Biafra for us is not just a name. Biafra is not just our identity. Biafra is not just our heritage. Biafra that drives away evil spirit is our religion. And it is only Chukwu Kabiama, the creator of heaven and earth. It is only to him that we bow down and worship, because we, as a people, we do not worship man or what man has made. It is he that made all things seen and unseen, Chukwu Kabiama, named Chukwu. He is the one that we bow our heads and our feet unto and glorify his name. And we will continue to do that after Biafra is restored unto eternity. Chukwokike, we will watch it. And Chukwokike will bow down before his presence. I want to thank you all for listening tonight. And please, guard your loins, my brothers and my sisters. Guard your loins, my comrades. Guard your loins, my beloved family members of our PUB. It is drawing to a close. Yes, the battle, the destination is getting closer. And that is the time when temptation will come. That is the time when the enemy will want to come and try to distract you. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be a weak link through which the enemy will come or try to come in order to delay the coming of a sovereign Biafran nation. Therefore, I want to thank all of you for listening tonight, and I want to commend as well each and every one of you into the hand of our merciful Chukwuka, that he may preserve all of you, protect all of you in your going out and your coming in, and provide for you on a K day, on Ori day, on Afro day, and on Ode. To him alone, to Chukwuka be all honor and praises now and forevermore. Thank you so much. And for me, from here, I want to say good night.
Anyị ga-etigbu ọgwụsa ị na-amarụ Chukwu ilekweghị ya Chukwu amabụ eze anyị ga-asọdara n'ala wekọ ha ọkọ n'isi and then we know that one will
we have to be very brutal in everything we do. In this liberation phase, brutal in the truth, brutal in the activity, brutal in everything we do. You know, when people hear brutal, they think brutal have to do with killing people. We have to be very brutal in everything we do.
Oh.
I want everybody to understand that the enemies is not like they are multiplying every day. No, but rather the enemies are making themselves known. The enemies are becoming too bold to make their intention known to the Biafra people.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies are now becoming too bold to make their intention known to the Biafra people. The question now is, why?
The enemy. Reading from the script. Remember when they tell you, when you take excuse from somebody to to just expose them a little bit, you will be reading from a script. Let me show you that he is reading from a script. Let me show you that he is reading from a script. I want you to pay attention. Listen.
I am here to continue from where I stopped.
Now, listen.
I am here to continue from where intention known publicly.
Reading from a script. Are you seeing that movement?
I am here to continue from where I stopped yesterday.
It is Wazurike that is analyzed, because they gave him a script on how to analyze this one. You understand? That is the reason why he is reading it out. He is reading it out. And the reason why I brought this video to you right now is for you to understand that Wazurike's activities right now is a very big distraction that they want to bring to us in order to achieve this. Let me present to you. Share this video. Alert everybody to join. But before I present it to you, let us give this message to the world.
Mazi Chika, a British national and political activist who was traveling on a British passport when he was kidnapped and tortured in Kenya for 8 days by Kenyan and Nigerian government-sponsored criminals. Mazi Chika was renditioned to Nigeria on a government-chartered flight without extradition process. Nigerian government continues to hold Mazi Chika captive under severe torture, treating him worse than a condemned criminal. In spite of all the protests around the world condemning extraordinary rendition of this great eloquent political activist and demanding for his release, Boris Johnson's British government continues to do nothing and says nothing to free Mazi Chika, who is a British citizen and who is being tortured to death by the Islamist fundamentalist-controlled government of Nigeria. The questions now are, what does Boris Johnson's British government know about the planned kidnapping, torture, and rendition of this British citizen in the hands of the Islamist fundamentalist-controlled Nigerian government? Mazi Chika is neither a criminal nor a wanted person in the civilized world. Why is Boris Johnson's British government romanticizing with this Islamist fundamentalist-controlled Nigerian government who are sponsoring terrorism around the world? Why is the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Miss Katrina Liang, romanticizing, holding hands and taking photos with the terrorists who are holding her own British citizen captive unlawfully? If Mazi Chika is to be a white British citizen, would he be abandoned to die in a foreign country for committing no crime? The answer is no. For asking for the freedom of Biafran people in Nigeria, Mazi Chika has committed no crime known to law. For practicing Judaism, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has committed no crime known to law. Calling on the world leaders to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now to avoid the dire consequences if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is killed by Nigerian government and her accomplices. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Let Biafra go. What the Almighty God cannot do does not exist. This message is supported by the human rights advocates.
What the Almighty God cannot do does not exist, of course. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Now, get ready. There was a word that I told you to write down. I couldn't write it down and I've forgotten that word. I don't know from that Biafra Unite. From that Biafra Unite, when he was talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside the prison. Inside the prison, he was showing his picture. There was a word he mentioned that I asked you to write down. I don't know if there is anybody who wrote it down. If you wrote it down, I want you to remind me of that word while I am presenting this to you. What I am about to present to you right now is something. It is something that, you know, this thing that you are going to see right now, it is something that I want you to pay very good attention to the words, because we are going to analyze it together. Pay very good attention to the words. Even if you have seen this thing before, pay attention to the words, because that is how, number one, in this agenda, you see that woman that is taking pictures all over the place, Catriona Lang. This initiative sound like he has. Now, the people in Aso Rock, this is their real plan. Their real plan. If you don't understand Ofebu, you see Nelly Ofebu. Every time you come, you see her coming to act like she's not all there. That she's not all there. She knows exactly what she is doing, that woman. For you will see her as if she's not all there, so that you will think that there is something about what she is preaching. She will dress, put a scarf, act like a woman who is losing, but you don't know these people. You see you see this fight that we are fighting today. It is coming from Aso Rock. It is coming from Britain. You see this fight, or you do autopilot, you have no idea. Some of you are undermining the activities of these people. But I want to make it clear to you that this fight came from Aso Rock. This fight came from Britain. There is a Western agenda coupled with the activities of Loretta Onochie and Aso Rock. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed them that Buhari died. And there is somebody in Aso Rock. Listen to this video. Listen.
You guys, that I'm sorry to break out this news, and as it stands, I'm not using my real voice because of security information. Okay. What I want to tell you guys is not by quarreling one another right now, because these people, they are not ready to release Nnamdi Kanu. And I will tell you that about $11 million was paid for Nnamdi Kanu to be arrested. $11 million was paid for Nnamdi Kanu to be arrested. And let me give you the biggest one. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to be released.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can't you see the man is going? Thank you very much, Okafor Obinna Francis. Okafor Obinna Francis, thank you very much for this, reminding me of this. Can't you see the man is going? You remember who said this? It was in that joint broadcast of Autopilot and Edu. When Biafra United say, can't you see the man is going? When he presented Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's photo, he said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going, meaning that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or meaning that Biafra United is dying, not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's exactly what he meant there, meaning that Biafra United is dying. That's exactly what he said there, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot die. Listen attentively. Can't you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going? Now I am going to analyze it in this video. Thank you very much.
They are doing right now, they are doing a face surgery. They are doing a face surgery. They are going to bring somebody in as Nnamdi Kanu, and the guys will not know. The same thing, everything will be the same. It will be like a face off. Nobody, you will not know. So this is a very this is a very high secret. But I'm just giving it out. That's why I'm changing my voice. I know what I'm telling you. I know everything about this thing, about Nnamdi Kanu being arrested, everything.
He is saying that they are trying to do face off. Yeah. And I hope you know whose emblem is in this voice. I don't know if you will be able to see it, or is my... Okay, I think my this thing is blocking it, but let me bring it lower or lower. I want you to know whose emblem. Biafra Unite is the emblem there in this video. Like I told you, Autopilot are going to be the ones that is going to sell this agenda to our people, so that, you know, they are now already telling you that they are doing face-off surgery, preparing somebody to come out like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, claiming they will not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you understand, this is the initiative. This is actually the, you know, the theory many people use against the freedom fighters. The theory many people use against freedom fighters. If you think about Nelson Mandela, some people believe that Nelson Mandela that they bring out was not Nelson Mandela. Now, let me shock you now about what these people are saying. He is trying, because they know Autopilot and Edu and also Rock and the Western agenda. Western agenda. They know that the case Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is answering in the DSS dungeon holds no water. They know that the case Nigeria is going to answer, you know, for their activities in Kenya holds a very big reservoir of water. And they have compared, they have contrasted, knowing that the only way they are going to destroy IPOB can not only because infiltrators that they have brought to our midst, they have failed on arrival. Remember, I warned you about this before. If you can remember, in one of my broadcasts, I told you that the next thing these people are going to be doing is that when they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will tell you that it is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they have worn him a mask. I said it in one of my broadcasts. I will look for it and I will replay it one of these days. Now, he is telling you because they have seen that all their plans, all the tactics that they have brought to the table, they have failed on arrival. That is the reason why they're now telling you that they are now building a face-off. Remember that since we have discussed telling you that that Autopilot, they are going to start attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he comes out. That is, they have seen that we have sank that in your mind because they don't want to miss or lose what they are the criminally building. They want to re-strategize it. Did you hear the idiot who is saying this? Saying that he is changing his voice. That is the reason why he is changing his voice. So that you will not understand. You will think it is somebody from security information. That is the reason why he say he is changing his voice. These are autopilot. They want, because they know that our leader is coming out. And they also know that our leader is coming out, maybe because the court will not finish already. He can be released on bail with bail conditions. Of course, everybody knows that, which they want when he comes out. When he comes out, they will start a campaign. They start running this campaign that it is not our leader. It is not our leader. Don't listen to him. It is not our leader. Because autopilot is here to stay. It is not our leader. It is here to stay. Listen very attentively. Listen very attentively.
We know everything about it. Everything about it. We know that I'm sorry to break out this news. And as it stands, I'm not using my real voice because of security information. Okay. What I want to tell you guys is not by quarreling one another right now, because these people, they are not ready to release Nnamdi Kanu. And I will tell you that about $11 million was paid for Nnamdi Kanu to be arrested. $11 million was paid for Nnamdi Kanu to be arrested.
Are you paying attention?
And let me give you the biggest one. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to be released. They are doing right now, they are doing a face surgery. They are doing a face surgery. They are going to bring somebody in as Nnamdi Kanu. And the guys will not know. The same thing, everything will be the same. It will be like a face off. Nobody, you will not know. So this is a very high secret. But I'm just giving it out. That's why I'm changing my voice. I know what I'm telling you. I know everything about this thing, about Nnamdi Kanu being arrested, everything. We know everything about it. Everything about it, we know. So that is why they are not allowing Nnamdi Kanu to change his clothes. So they have, as it stands now, ask Nnamdi if you have any access to him. He has gone for tests. They have tested Nnamdi Kanu for more than 42 times. You don't know why they are testing him. They want to get the same voice.
Wow.
The same eye bulbs. The same everything. If you know what is face off, that's what I'm talking about. Nnamdi Kanu is going to be there. They are not going to release him. Believe me. No matter what, how we gossip each other, this one, that one, this one, the other guy, that is not the way forward. All the talk, all our highlights, those are not going anywhere. Those are water, those are talk without weight. They are water talk, cannot stay in a basket. They're just talking because we need to talk. That is not the way forward. There should be a deep solution for Nnamdi Kanu. You guys don't know what is happening. This guy is there lavishing. This guy is there dying every day.
This guy is there dying. Remember the voice of Biafra Unite. That can't you see that the man is going? Remember the voice of Biafra Unite. Connect this together. And whoever that is talking this is from a coastal region. Whoever that is saying this is from coastal region. Remember the voice of Biafra Unite. His sentiment or his comment. He said, can't you see this man is going? So that tomorrow, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, they will tell you, it is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Autopilot, we must continue. I hope you are paying. Are you understanding the psychology? Are you paying attention? Because that is their next plan. That is their next plan. That is exactly their next plan. Can't you see the man is going? This man is dying. That is this one on the sound, on this voice said that the man is dying. It is them that are dying. DSS is maltreating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, depriving him of his medical attention, and at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will thrive. He will thrive. He will come out, and he is going to take us to the promised land. Biafra struggle, let me not make any comments. Remember that these people in Asorok want to make you believe, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed them and exposed their mask wearer. Are you paying attention? He exposed them. He exposed their activities in Asorok. Now, another reason why they are telling you this is for you to go cold on your legal team. It is double-edged sword that they are using all the time. For you to go cold on your legal team, number one, for you to, not trust your legal team, so that tomorrow or 2 weeks' time, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gets a bill, they will now tell you, no, this is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You remember there was a security information that was passed by one idiot that it is, they have prepared a face-off surgery to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon. A Western agenda. That is the reason why. Why did they not sell this thing last year? Why did they not sell this thing 2 months ago? Why is it now, after they have filed bail application, they start selling this? Because they know if this guy, what is the name of this pastor who said that Igbo people are cursed? Igbo people were in the church clapping for him. Suleiman say his own. Igbo people were still in the church dumbstruck. Like this. Dumbstruck. Like this. Not saying anything. Some were clapping for him. Why would, if they start making this video to make round on social media, why would these same Igbo people and Biafrans not buy it? That when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, they will tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer the one that we know. He is the one like the man in Asorok. But they don't know that we know, of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we know, they have a coded message with the DOS. Aye. These people, they don't know. They don't know how formidable we are. They don't know how intelligent we are. Wherever you see this thing that I am playing here in any IPOB platform, whoever that sent it, you must delete that person from that IPOB platform. This is the way they started. Enter your room, enter Biafra, enter this, enter that. People entered, they locked the door. That is the next campaign they are starting now. Listen attentively. Let us continue.
Its lifespan is reducing. Every daybreak, lifespan is reducing. If I can ask them to give a screenshot of where Kalu is staying, I will post it to you. If might be, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Then you will understand what I'm talking about. I've changed my voice talking to you because this is a very serious secret, and I don't want it to come out, like my voice and all that, So you guys should be very careful, and you guys should know what to do. The Bravas are very, very much. So wobbling each other is going to be, it is a military technique. They are using the tactics on the Brava generally. They have what they call it. There's a problem in the midst, and that problem is a confusion. It is called a mathematician confusion. It's a mathematician confusion. They will be fighting each other 3 years. Bros will be there. They will fight each other 5 years. It's the mathematician. It is a mathematician thing. So, but what you guys should do for him is, you guys should make sure that the change is close, so that if they try this face off, you people will know. Because face off is going to come on in the Carlo. It's going to be fair. That is why the clothes cannot be changed. Imagine where they have tested somebody. This guy has gone for blood test 42 times. 42 times. Ask him. I'm telling you from inside. I'm telling you from inside. I always listen to your program. You should know. I always listen to your program, but I've never ever maybe even comment or made a speech. I'm a big fan of Nnamdi Kanu, though I'm not from Biafra, but I'm a very big fan of him. A very, 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 very big fans. And
that is the language that all you gullible Biafra like to digest. I'm a big fan. So I'm not from Biafra, but I'm a big fan. That is all the language all you gullible Biafrans will understand. Are you going to tell me now that in this era, Buhari made a face-off, we recognize it. And it is it is actually what is boiling them. Why they did not add it in the account charges? Why? Because they know it is the truth. Now, somebody want to return the favor. Somebody want to start selling the narrative. Believe you me, whoever that is saying this is an agent of Nigeria. 125% agent of Nigeria saying this. And that is the reason why you are seeing these things. Gathering of evildoers. That is the reason why you see gatherings of evildoers. And you will continue to see them. Planning ahead of time. Trying to know if they are going to penetrate. Because their primary agenda is only to penetrate IPOB. Autopilot failed them. So now I'm bringing in plan C, which is their own plan B. It is going to be autopiloted plan C. Because they have utilized anything in their disposal. Autopilot. Manipulation, psychological, reverse psychology, everything. It is not working. If you are in autopilot, you don't know the activities of this video, you better ask questions. Who made this video? Who made this video? It's from Coastal Region. Now, I want you to pay very good attention. Let's finish the video.
we have an insider, like people with him there, not the not the prisoners, among the cops, among the DSS. We have people. So whatever that is happening, I'm telling you from inside, the guy is going to be face off. Now they have introduced secret judgment. The lawyers will not get access to even come close to him in that secret judgment court. It will be a bar. They will not know who is there. The guy will be
remember, they say the lawyers will not have access to him in the secret trial. This was the last court when it was secret trial. This was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with his team of lawyers. Are you paying attention? I don't know if you are focusing. Are you focusing? This was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me remove everything that is blocking it. Let me remove anything that is blocking it. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the last court adjournment, which they claim that he didn't come to court. That is the reason why they keep telling you he never come to court. He never come to court. I don't think there is court today. So that when this man, then they present this criminal talking, you will now start saying, we put 1 and 2 together. Eberima said it. Criminal masking himself as Biafra United said it. Momo Boy said it. And Elidu said it. Then you will now start making you will start making your brain, lose it. And if you cannot control it, the next thing you are going to see is that you start believing in their conspiracy theory, their manipulative and their conspiracies. You start believing in it because this is exactly how you were colonized. Exactly how our people got colonized. Presenting this, leaving it here. Present another one, leave it here. Present another one, leave it here. Another one in the middle, leave it here. Then they bring it together, connect it together, that when you look at them, you connect them, you lose it. And they will come and tell you this is how it is. You will agree. Yeah, I agree. They will come and connect the dot. It will appear the same way it is. Then you will agree. When you know it, you are already a subject of colonialism. You are already a subject of colonialism. They don't bring it once. They keep filtering it. Slowly but surely, you are getting there. Taking away your you know what is called common sense. They are actually making it to evaporate. Your common sense is now evaporating with the activities of these people. They will now start instilling, inculcating in you all this rubbish, bringing it together, analyzing it for you. Then you will start believing it. One mistake from the other party, they are gone. That is the activities of Western agenda. It is not only Nigeria that is handling this propaganda. It is not only them. There is a Western agenda to it. There is a Western agenda. Maybe the criminal infiltrators did not know where all these things are coming from. They know that they are working for the zoo, but they don't know that what they are, presenting is a Western agenda. The same people who colonize you, the same people who is what is it? British oligarchy on you. They are the same people who are bringing out ways to use to manipulate your brains because you are fighting to get away from this principle. There is a place, we must say that we are fighting against principalities and power. What is principalities and power? Principalities and power does not mean that it is a spirit that is disappearing and appearing. Principalities and power the Bible talked about is what I keep telling you. Principle laid by in order to use it to manipulate you. Principle means a law. It is not a Holy Ghost and a fly. Principalities and power, they make a law that will work against you in future. The power of that law is what pins you down until you find another principle that will be able to shatter the previous principle without putting yourself to the other side of the law, which is IPOB, footstep, which is this struggle we are into. It is something that is the reason why I so much like when Soludo said the factor and the jar. The factor and the jar. They know what we are doing is a principle that we can use to counter their own principle. Therefore, they have to bring another way or another principle or another law to counter the one we are bringing. The best principle win. It is not the best idiot that are ranting, go and kill this person, go and kill that person. The best principle and diplomacy wins the principalities and power we are up against. Let us finish that video before we call it a day.
They are singing on the Kalu. They will snap picture with him. The same voice, everything is same. Same smile, same teeth, same height, same shoulder, same look. You cannot differentiate it when you see it. And the time is very, very close. This is very, very close. That is why I have to come on here to review these secrets. And I hope that you guys should work on this. You guys should not let this fall on the ground and stop quarreling each other. It's not the way forward. we are always updated. When like it's just like I'm there. It's just like I'm looking at him talking to you. I don't know. I want you to get a clear fact as well from where I'm coming from. You understand? That guy is there. It's really
autopilot.
I know. I saw the picture.
They have not injected him. They wanted to inject him previously.
Look at
the lockdown. I think the fact is this. It is the Igbo governors. It is the Igbo governors that contributed this amount to extract to arrest Nnamdi Kanu. This one doesn't have anything to do with the Hausa.
Just because their quest for presidency, they will never smell that seat. Any of them that smell that seat.
Actually, they fronted the Fulanis to make a different utterances so that it will be complicated. But they're not those guys. The other guy that was caught at the airport, he contributed money. These guys contributed money. My squad went to pick Nnamdi Kanu from where they pick him from. The people standing with him, how everything happened. We are in a very better position to say everything. The amount they pay to guys that pick him up, the trace, everything, we have it all.
They gave the information.
What they are saying is
this information is coming from autopilot. Are you paying attention? It is coming from autopilot. Where I am playing it is autopilot media, Biafra United, the one I told you that he is that faceless criminal. It is coming from them. It is coming from them. Let us continue. Let us continue. Wow.
Highlights. They are not going to the point. Deliberating for 3 years. It is non-avoid. It's not good. So whatever that has to be done has to be done. That guy is lavishing in the back of the J there. I want you guys to always know. Imagine somebody taking 2 sliced bread and 1 egg. Nnamdi Kanu, a king. 2 sliced bread, 1 egg. Sometimes say all day. Sometimes a day. There's something that is called cocoa. I can call cocoa. This cocoa, it used to be pap. Sometimes they're giving pap and 2 bread, no egg, a whole day.
Hey,
I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know how you're feeling, man. I don't know. I don't know what you get. This guy, they want this guy to die there. So don't think they're going to release this guy. Nahi.
Of course, we know that they want him to die, but they cannot succeed because but these people, I want every Biafra in WhatsApp, in every platform, in every forum. When you see somebody posting something like this, delete that person immediately. They want to sell a narrative that will be on your mind. They want to sell a narrative. So, because they know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. They know that there is no justice system that will hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with that frivolous charges of them. Case of intimidation that they have called the case of terrorism. You made a broadcast in hellfire, in heaven. And the broadcast you made threatened the people in hellfire. It is a case of intimidation. That is a case of intimidation. No one needs to be arrested. People need to just call in for questioning. That is what case of intimidation is all about. According to the law, you can't, because I say I will do. How did you have any evidence that I did it? So they know that there is no justice system that is reasonable enough other than the justice system you find in banana republics. Only justice system you find in banana republics that will be able to look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and call him a terrorist. If you call him a terrorist, who is Tinubu? Who make people to go and shoot people in Lekki Toll Gate? And what about Katrina Line? Who gave him that ideology? Because after visiting Tinubu, he became a bloodbath in Lekki Toll Gate. What about Buhari that says that a fight on Boko Haram is a fight on his people in the north? Who is a terrorist? No, let us answer ourselves. Who is a terrorist? There is Let us finish this thing because there is a alarming images that is very sensitive, but I don't know if I will be able to display it here. But let us finish listening to this criminal.
It's just only the activities. They are going to bring different promises. Carlo, we are going for a discussion. We are doing this. We're doing that. We're doing that. All those are void. All those are void. So I think it's just that you make a total. They should make a total shutdown.
Dangerous.
They are not fighting anybody. This is a code. It is called a code war. They are not fighting anybody. Lockdown. Anybody come outside. Halagali. So that is it. But if you guys are debating every day about this different topic from here, UK say this, London, American say this, all those are craft.
Now it is now telling you that autopilot should stop. In Finland should stop doing exposition. That is did you pick it up from the beginning where they tell you that autopilot should stop doing exposition, that in Finland should stop doing exposition? I don't know if you're picking it up. I don't know. Now he is telling you that you couldn't be saying UK said this, that person said this. You should stop doing exposition. You should carry gun and go and shoot people. Just like the DSS are doing here. I don't know how I am going to present this so quickly. Just like they are doing here. Just like they did here. A bloodbath situation. Very, very evil. I cannot present it to Facebook. It is evil, believe you me. Very, very evil. Now let us finalize.
Anything. That guy is suffering. These people want the guy to die. And they are going to give the guy face off within 3-4 months from now. The guy is going to be on face off. So that will not be Kalu again. It's a different person. So
hear that?
You guys should get this straight.
That is exactly
Thank you very much.
narrative they want to sell. That is exactly the narrative that these criminals want to sell. That is the narrative. And they have sold it. That is the reason why I am pleading on our people who are actually controlling our WhatsApp platforms. Kindly, any day, anybody, any idiot send anything that looks like this, any day they send it, make sure, don't even think twice before you remove that person from that platform, because they are agents of darkness. That's what these people are. They are agents of darkness. They want to use it to wash our people's brain. Before you know it, our people will have this at the back of their mind. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pụtakwuzie unu na-enyozi enyo. Unu na-enyozi enyo autopilot kwukweli ekwu. Ọ dịkwa ka onye awụrụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because let's go and follow autopilot. Bunch of criminals. But they cannot, their criminality and their manipulation cannot match that of the divine IPOB media warriors. It will never match it. These are a bunch of criminals. And we never, they will never be left unpunished. They will never be left unpunished. Somebody, I don't know. Let us have a very short interactive section. You can call in. Let me pin the number. Let us have a very short interactive section. In the next 15 minutes, let us have interactive section so that you will bring in your opinion and how we are going to mitigate this information that these people are sharing from getting to our gullible people because our people lately, they are very gullible. I want you to check my number on the screen. It is on the comment section. I'm going to pin it on the comment section. Okay, we have the first caller on the line. The first caller on the line. The caller on the line, your name and where you are calling from, please.
George.
Ndewo.
Well done. Yes, this is the priest of peace.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. All right. So it's unfortunate that our people are listening to gullibles, bunch of illiterates, bunch of nonsensical illiterates. You see, I don't know what the extent of daftness of our people to be listening to this bunch of people. Look at what you are showing. Let them just look at these people. What are their credentials? These people they are listening to. Can they hear their credentials?
What do you?
But when you look at IPOB structure, you will see lawyers, you will see engineers, you will see IT guys, you will see people, you will see the, let me call it, intellectuals that knows what it is. People who have diplomatic sagacity to follow events and keep the government on check. But look at how stupidity is all over these people, and our people sat down to do what? To listen to these guys. I am so confused. I am like, what is God's name is going on? You see, the only way to mitigate this situation is to continue to refute the agenda. You see, the media, the IPOB media warriors are always ahead of them, because from what they will say, you will judge them. From whatever they bring out, you will judge them. You guys are 1,000 miles ahead of them. They will always fail.
They will.
This is not the first time they are saying that Mazi Chika is a clone. They have said it before.
Yes, yes.
They will want to say, and they are saying it again. So they are not going to stop, because their agenda is to continue to refute whatever thing he wants to do, because they know that their time is up.
It is
and
true.
Until people begin to understand that these people don't have anything to give them. They have not achieved anything. Look at that one that is called Sima, or whoever that name is. He is advocating for blood. He's calling for blood. Now, there's something our people have forgotten. When people were calling him at on Mazi Chika broadcast, they will say, "Let us go and kill. Let us go and burn them." Mazi will say, "We are not. If you kill these people now, if you kill them, who do you want to govern?" No, when we get what we want, then we will know how to handle them. They are calling for blood.
Yes.
Is IPOB calling for blood? No. You see, the narrative is this. They want to delay whatever thing that is going to come out from this whole stuff. But it is not being delayed. It is even moving faster than we expected.
Yes.
Because they have nothing to offer. They have nothing to give. They have failed in everywhere. They have failed. Anything they do, there must be a hole on it.
Yes. They always leave a trace. They always leave a trace.
Sorry?
Everything they do, they will always leave a trace, but they are not aware.
So, you see, even the Nigerian government is not even intelligent enough. They are not very.
They are not. That's why Catriona Lang is going about everywhere, giving them advice. What do you think?
Even the advice is backfiring. they are clever, but they are not smart. You see, there's something different between when you are clever and when you're smart.
Yes.
A smart person will always come out of every hard situation. A clever person cannot.
Yes.
So Carolina Lang or whatever her name is not, they're not even smart. They're trying to be clever. But at the end of the day, I know, in my own thinking and own opinion, I know what they are trying to negotiate a safe landing for Mazi. I tell you, he is coming out with conditions. Believe it or not.
Yes.
He's coming out, but they will give him condition.
Yes.
Please, we don't want you to talk. Go take care of yourself. It is whatever thing they agree on his behalf. When he comes out, he will do what he wants because he has made it clear. It is Biafra, nothing more. Give me a referendum. That is all I want. Whether I'm alive or dead. You see, when they are saying Mazi will die, we are not afraid of him dying. We are not. Because whether he is alive or dead, you see, there's something the Bible says, whether alive or dead, Christ is being what? Is being preached. Exactly. The gospel must be preached.
Yes.
You understand? Mazi will be out. He will be out, and the gospel will continue.
Yes.
If they hold him, the gospel will continue in a full. Now, it is in gear 3. We are going to gear 4 now.
Yes.
The gear 4 is what is about to start, and it's already started. See, look at how they are killing themselves now. You see how they are matching themselves. I told the Berima, look, when you will fall, you will not find any place to fall.
Exactly.
When you fall, I begged him on his platform, see, listen, start your own platform. Leave these people alone. If you are here and somebody have called on your platform, immediately Mazi will render. It is time for you. And I believe it's this Biafra Unite. Told him to test his popularity. That is the guy. That guy is deadly.
He is.
You see that Biafra Unite? He is a deadly guy. Very, very deadly. It is time for him to be a mask.
Yes.
Will mask the face behind.
He's from Anambra State.
That Biafra Unite. Yes. So that is it. So our people should understand one thing, number one. Whether Mazi is out or they are detaining him, the gospel must continue.
Exactly. Please round up.
Number two. Yeah, number two. Whether they like it or not, people should stop listening to these illiterates because they have nothing to offer. They have nothing.
Yes.
And all their sentiments, all their emotions, everything they are bringing on the table is dead on arrival. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you very much. That is our first caller, the priest of peace, and he made a very, very good, input. He laid a very, very good input there. We are also having another caller. We're also having another caller on the line. We are going to answer it, but before then, let me acknowledge our visitors. Mazi Chika, you are welcome. The caller on the line, hold on for me. I am going to put you on speaker right now. Yes, hold on for me. Mazi Chika, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mazi George Money. Don't worry, my brother. Let's see the callers. Let's hear from our people. Don't worry about us, me and Chisom. Just pick up your call. Don't worry.
All right. Mazi Chisom, you are welcome. So the caller on the line, your name and where you are calling from, please.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling from Oka.
You are calling from Oka.
My name is Chika.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, here for Facebook.
Okay.
So,
that DSS is starving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the truth. It is direct message from our Lego team. The DSS of Nigeria is starving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Go ahead.
See,
No, it will be taken care of. It will be taken care of by the Chukwokika Abiama.
Because what's another okay, what's another be how look at 3 months now. Something will happen.
No, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. If Nigeria cannot disgrace themselves up to that, then we are going to prove to the world that they are banana republic. Judging what is it called? You're always having a very, very bad signal when you call. But we heard you, we heard your lamentation. She is talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, condition, that they are not giving him food. They are not giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu food. So she is actually worried. Our people on the ground are very, very worried with that news that just broke out. But unfortunately, that is the truth. The news is the truth. The DSS is not giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu food, because DSS does not want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to breathe, because he's exposing every atrocities, killing that is being done by the DSS everywhere. He exposed it before time. How do you think that DSS will treat this man good? You might even find it that maybe on the court today, if they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, DSS will not agree. It is not a new thing. The caller on the line, your name and where you are calling from, please. Okay. The caller on the line, your name and where you are calling from, please. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good morning, man. I'm calling from Washington, D.C. This is Mazi Okoye.
Okay, go ahead, Mazi Okoye.
So what I have to say is just this. About this propaganda going on online about this propaganda about whatever they want to like, all this marketing and stuff like that. All those guys are just seeking for relevancy,
Yes.
Everyone want to use Nnamdi Kanu name to shine, shine. They want to shine, like they want to be known,
Yes.
Every peak from nowhere will just come and start making video calls, making voice calls. Nnamdi Kanu is an international man. They think that now is just a local person that they will just do whatever they want to do overnight. It's not possible now. And moreover, they said, Nnamdi Kanu said to me, to my end, when he was out, he said, whatever I did not hear from Radio Biafra, disregard it. Whatever that you did not hear from Radio Biafra, disregard it. Unless from you guys that are fighting those emotions. But that is not coming from Radio Biafra, it's not from IPOB, it's not authentic.
Yes.
I don't know what people are believing those stupid things they are talking about online. It's just looking for, but I'm sorry people are trying to make themselves cool on the internet, because all this their talks are irrelevant. It's just a stupid talk.
Yes.
It's not possible. So my brother, thank you guys for all your good work. Keep on your good work, and I'm watching you.
Of course, we are going to bring it to an end. The full video is on our page. You can go for it. Check out the full video to get the more information. Tomorrow, we are going to be bringing the second part of this exposition for you to understand the plans and activities of the enemy that we are up against. They are using our families in the coastal region. They are using our families in the coastal region. It is not only those we found or we are looking at in social media. So it is we up against the world. But at the end of the day, that peace, that unity that blood that unites us as Biafra will be the one to decide the fate of this movement, or the fate of that peace and unity Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching. I have, a video coming out from that side that also, explain further with regards to what is being, trending, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be face off. But until tomorrow, stay safe and stay blessed. Make sure you channel your energy to look for the best information, because they want to trigger a war against us, against one another in Biafra land. They already triggered that war. That war is going on as we speak. Our decisions, starting from social media, will determine if that war continues. But I know the blood that we and our people in the coastal region shed, we speak. We know there is many Janjaweed in our midst. We know that Usman Damfodio's agenda was to plant their seed, Janjaweedism, in our land, so that when time like this comes, those Janjaweed they planted as if they are our people. We answer the same name. We eat the same type of food because we saw them as our people. But these are the seed of Usman Danfodio. We are going to be unmasking it tomorrow afternoon. But until then, stay informed. Shalom.